Welcome to a disaster already in progress. As you can see, the 81 Monte Carlo is missing something. Its radiator. It's gone. It decided to exit the chat. It decided to spring a leak, and I kind of thrashed this thing out trying to figure out what was going on off camera. So now that I know what's going on, let me show you what's cooking. Just to bring you up to speed, the radiator is out. Now, I've already done something kind of fun. G-bodies have a two-piece shroud, but from the factory it's stapled together. You remove those staples, you can bolt the shroud back together, and that way, when you have to take it off, you only have to take the top half off and not worry about the bottom or the fan or anything of that sort. Really sweet. Anyways, so what I think was happening, this is the AC condenser. Down there's a little pad, plus you've got the rubber isolators. I think the radiator slowly contacted the sharp part of the condenser here and wore a small hole in it. Plus, I think the lower radiator hose wasn't soldered nicely and finally gave up the ghost after 20-some years. So let me show you the radiator that came out. Sitting here in the wash sink is the old radiator. Right through here, before I started picking at it, there was a lot of green fluffy stuff. Plus, you can kind of still see the green antifreeze residue from about this spot, which is where the radiator was rubbing. Plus, I also found signs before I started wiping a little bit of weeping around the lower radiator hose tube, boss, whatever you want to call it. So, I got a new radiator. Let's go take a look at that. Brand new 3-core aluminum radiator and a new radiator hose, because I know I just changed off the lower radiator hose to that new style that Napa was carrying. It was a new line. I know the truth. That radiator style has been around forever. But anyways, we got ourselves a correct molded hose that's going to match the contours of the car so much better. So this is an aluminum 3-core. The tubes are physically wider because that radiator is the same overall width as the 4-core brass and copper. So let's get this out of the bag. I've already set this thing in place. One thing that's nice. For anybody doing an LS swap, it's already got the right spot for a steam port, which could be useful down the road. I don't know if this car is going to get an LS swap. It runs so good on that old small block, and it's really not that old. It's a GM Goodwrench 350 that we put in a few years back. This runs good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I did the thing. Put the lower radiator hose on and forgot to get one of the 2 hose clamps on. Oh well. Guess what I forgot? I forgot the first rule of new parts. Make sure all the fittings are tight. The drain petcock was loose, and we can see what happened there. I had to take it apart to get to the petcock to be able to tighten it up to put it back together so it'll hold antifreeze. The cooling system is full. I've done a preliminary burp of the system, got it all happy. I'm using the concentrated antifreeze because why pay for water? We can get that for free or relatively cheap if you want to use the distilled water in this kind of an application. Anyways, it's time to go for a drive, make sure everything's happy, and check for leaks. We'll be back in a minute. Hot off the test drive, everything's leak-free. Let me show you, as a matter of fact. Everything is holding fluid like it's supposed to. Everything's tight. Everything's staying where it belongs. I tell you what, I love driving the old stuff. It's so much more interesting to me than the new stuff. And I'm always reminded that every time I step up to the old stuff. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We will catch you later.